get the levels for that. It's gonna be AP Trist. 25.
I like maxing E on Tristan actually.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, he's going for Elixir of Fortitude. He wants years ago. Yeah. I like maxing E for wave clear. But like in 2v1s, I'd say maxing E. But at the same time, the Q just nukes turrets.
Oh, I don't max Q right off the bat. I typically max W as soon as possible. 2 points in the E, and then you start getting the Q because you want to have a decently leveled Q for mid game, which is very weak. Yeah. Okay. Brill Pot on Trist. He wants it. I mean, Burst Mage, Brill Pot is a very good tool to have.
I also think the entrance of AD Trist, 1 point in Q is like 30% attack speed buff. And it only goes up by like 10% each time, I think. So it does become a ridiculously powerful steroid, but the first point I think is more than enough.
15, because it ends at 90.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, I get your point that it's, yeah.
I do like how Tristana is one of the champions who's actually up for contention what to max. There aren't many champions like that. I mean, like, on Caitlyn you'll max Q every game. On the Carl you'll max Q, and so on and so forth.
Okay, people are starting to go past the torches now. Ryan is...
Oh, right, some next level stuff.
Well, you were the first person to go past the second set, and now Ryan is doing this as well. He's...
Oh yeah, is that when I was like attacking Luke?
It seems that his plan is to just zone Dan out and stop him from getting those traps set up right away, which is very good use of the early game time. Normally you just spend it dancing or hugging your tower or something.
Yeah.
He's using it to stop the setup.
I tried to do that against Dan, but I had no real efficient way of doing it because, oh wow, he's already taken quite a bit of damage.
Level 2, this is going to be something else. If Dan can't delay the level 2, we're in trouble. But he does have the barrier, which is a saving grace for him.
He did a fair chunk to Dan, and also it's obviously worth noting that Dan took boots and pots. Didn't go for the Doran's Blade, and so his only sustain is countered by Tristana's main form of damage right now.
It does. Okay, here we go. There's the auto and the E again, and Triss is not about to run out of mana at any point. There we go. You got the W.
Massive issues here.
We can see it, and Ryan doesn't want to play too forward. He's jumping in the Chancho jump, the ignite, and
trap, like I said.
There we go. But Dan's now in trouble. Another E and auto, and he's over. I mean, the barrier will save him. Ideally,
but he does not want to use a barrier on.
Yeah. And the thing is, Dan has not leveled his net yet. He's still at level 2. He's got the Piltover. He's got the traps, but he doesn't have the disengage. And Ryan now 2 points in the E. Dan's managed to throw down all of his health pots. He's gotten himself to a respectable health zone, and the E comes out again, cutting out
6 damage. How much is it doing right now?
We've got a...
Oh my god, it's doing over 200 damage.
221 damage. Mitigated, I mean, Dan's got 42 MR. It doesn't tell me how much it reduces it by. But the point is, Dan's hurting, and Ryan, so far, it doesn't even look like he's going to need that mana pot that he's sitting on.
Is he only sitting on the 1, or... Because he opened with 2, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, is he?
I'm not sure, though.
He's got 1 in my book. But, I mean, okay, we can see Ryan getting an advantage. How can Dan win this one? How is he going to...
I think the way Dan's playing this right now is pretty good, but see, the problem is that every time he does even attack, he has to be doing so much more because he takes so much damage. I think he has to abuse that E cooldown, which he probably doesn't know offhand. I mean, it's like nearly 14 seconds, and that's pretty much only AP Tristana's only source of damage.
I want to say 18. 18 seconds, and if Dan's played Caitlyn for 1,000 games, he knows this now. I mean, I have not played Caitlyn for 1,000 games. But anyways.
Yeah, so, I mean, if Ryan is just going to walk up to him and E auto attack at every opportunity, so Dan just has to, whenever he gets E autoed, he has to just attack back.
I believe one of the features of the E is actually it resets your auto attack timer. You can do an auto E auto on Triss.
Oh,
if I'm not mistaken.
I didn't know that.
I'm not sure. But
it's also worth... Sorry, go on.
Oh, his Ignite's coming back up, so, I mean, something to pay attention to.
It's also worth noting that Dan is actually outfarming Ryan right now.
I mean, it could go
probably just because it's easier to farm in an AD champion.
There we go. He's got it back. I mean, this wave's going to clear out. Dan will probably get his advantage, but I mean, Dan seems to be very cooped up, and he's playing it very smart. He's trying to stay close enough to his tower where Ryan can't very easily jump in and burst him. Ryan's aware of the barrier. He's aware of the flash. If he recklessly jumps in to the tower, Dan can possibly take a huge advantage of it. He's got traps set in places where, Ryan can't approach. He's standing in a spot around the tower, basically like not past the tower, but on the side near the Wraith camp. And Dan's been standing there a lot. If Ryan jumps in there, he might find himself in a pickle, and Dan's going to recall. It's a good call by him because Trist might not be able to push it very easily. But, I mean, he's not going to win the lane or the game in this condition.
Ryan's now picked up his ultimate as well.
Oh,
so,
boy.
Dan's already been having a very hard time with the poke, but now Ryan's got ridiculous levels of all-in as well. But I think we're just going to see Dan sitting under his turret even more so. He's going to get a big wave here. So now he's at 6 as well.
Throws out the Piltover. So he is showing that his farm game is up to snuff.
Oh wow, $3 strength straight up.
Oh man, there's no needlessly large rod. There's no, I mean,
blasting
3 Doran's rings is what, like 1,200 damage, 1,200 money, 1,200 money.
Money is the new currency.
The ratios are good enough where you do want to stack AP. I wouldn't necessarily pick up like a Haunting Geist for penetration. I'm not thinking of any other. Oh, he jumps in!
Wow, it goes in.
And it takes a tower shot, and the E is just, oh my god.
Stupid amounts of damage. What that is now nearly 300 damage we're looking at.
Dan's, I mean, I'm sure he's got that the cooldown on that E is, what, 16 seconds? And Dan is recalling. Does he have, I mean, or he's just, oh, there's the jump! He got great positioning! Flash is still up, and he's got the first blood. AP Trist finally takes down Caitlyn.
Right there.
Well played to both sides. It looks like we found our cure to Caitlyn.